Hi everyone, I'm Ben, a first year maths student. I'm running to be your Service and Estates agent this year. Now, you may be asking, why do I want to be the Service and Estates manager? After living in Critters for Michaelmas term and speaking to those who live there this term, I'm aware how important things, mainly washing machines, are to having an enjoyable time as a liver in college. I would like to have an impact on those living in college next year through ensuring all facilities are working as much as possible. I understand it can't be 100% of the time. It would be nice if it worked as much as possible for those living in. Moving on to the experience I have in, which is relevant to the role. I sit on two committees, one which is a society for the Durham University Scout and Guide group. I'm the freshers rep there, which involves organising the stash, which is relevant to the role because the Service and Estates agent, Service and Estates manager organises stash for John's, and I sit on the committee for a national event for up to 100 people in autumn, where I contribute to the planning and decision making and have an influence in the logistics. So deal with companies and people that we want to involve in our event. I also have experience with contacting businesses through work before uni, whereas I'm in regular contact with suppliers and clients in order to process orders and ensure things run smoothly. I've also held a number of roles which aren't committee related, but still relevant, such as an Explorer Scout leader and running Scout Network at home, both of which involve organising regular meetings and communicating timings and locations to people, as well as communication skills with both adults and young people. As a qualified aerospace instructor with the RAF Air Cadets, I was responsible for planning, organising and running activity weekends, which shows a great deal of organisational skills and communication with adults and companies, such as for catering, accommodation and transport. As well as the skills I've previously learned through other roles, I'm happy to always learn new skills or expand on those skills I've already got, as would be required as time went on with the role. As your Service and Estates manager, I would ensure the washing machines are running as much as possible, including the dryers. If possible, I would try and organise the Sports and Societies photo day. But of course, that may not be possible with the restrictions. I'd have to see how they went. I try and organise college stash as efficiently and organised as possible. I maintain close contact with the maintenance team. And I'd also aim to be easily contactable by any students living in John's or outside of John's that have any issues by both email or messenger or any other way that is possible.
Thank you very much, Ben. Are there any questions of clarification? These are things, yeah, that you want to clarify about either the Hust or a manifesto? Any general questions that apply to both Ben and reopen nominations? Thomas.
Hi Ben. So we're I don't know how much you're aware of this from talking to Francis previously, but we're interested in slightly, or some of us are interested in slightly changing the remit of this role moving forwards. So I kind of want your opinion on how you might feel about some of these things. So that might include this role taking on almost full responsibility for managing and selling gowns and t-shirts to new students. It's sort of implied in the Constitution that happens, but in practice it's difficult to achieve. So you'd be responsible for all of that at the start of term and any other sales that might happen. You're also, as part of this role already, although it's not been relevant the last couple of years, nominally responsible for the SJCR's Toasty Bar, wherever that returns. You're and sort of the line manager for the Toasty Bar team, and have some responsibility on that part. And we're also hoping to make an asset list of everything the SJCR owns, and maintain this moving forwards as part of the services role. Kind of have some responsibility for stocks and resources of the SJCR. Yeah, so I'm wondering if that's something you're keen on doing, and now you've stood up here and said you want to run for the role. I'm not putting you off it by saying, oh, we're interested in making these changes.
I don't think Francis has mentioned any of that to me, but it all sounds perfectly all right. I'd be quite happy to do all of that. I think I've got skills to do with most of those roles, so I should be all right. Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas. Any more general questions? Is that another one, Thomas? No. Okay. I guess there's no more then. So thank you very much, Ben, for your host, and we will move on. So this next position